Hey folks, welcome back to Wild West Barbecue. Today I'm going to smoke up a rack of pork spare ribs, the 22.5 inch rubber Smoky Mountain. I'm going to put these in foil and go with like 2.5 hours in the smoke, about 2 hours in the ribs, and then, or in the foil I mean, and then hour to 2 hours outside of the smoke with some sauce on it. Whatever it takes until they're done really. Last time I tried this, I tried it with baby back ribs, and they got really overdone. But with spare ribs, that shouldn't be an issue. They take longer to cook. And the 3-2-1 method that I'm using a variation of is really intended for spare ribs and not baby backs like I did last time. So I'm excited to try this and see how they come out. A lot of people talk about doing St. Louis style spare ribs. They go and trim them up. I'm not doing that. I've never cooked spare ribs before. It's my very first time. So I'm just going to leave them as they come, and we're going to see how it turns out. So I'm going to go ahead and get the ribs prepped and get the smoker going about an hour after that, and we're going to catch you back up later. All right, I've got the coals lit. We're good to go. The ribs are over there. The rubs set in real nice. I got the smoker pretty much set up. I got 2 chunks of cherry wood in the bottom. That's by far my favorite wood to smoke with. So all that's left now is to dump the lit coals and assemble the smoker. So let's get this show on the road. Are good to go, almost. That's better. There we go. Now we are good to go. All that's left is to set a timer for 2.5 hours. Come check them later. All right, so we're about 2.5 hours into the cook. I've pulled the ribs. I've got them wrapped. In the foil, I put a mixture of squeezed butter and brown sugar like I did with the baby back ribs a few weeks ago. If you want to see that process, go watch that video. I didn't repeat it here. Right now we're 2.5 hours in. I got the ribs back in the smoker wrapped in foil, so it's really just a waiting game at this point. I'm looking forward to see how these turn out. All right, so it's been another 2 hours. I've got the ribs off. I put some sauce on them. They're back here on the smoker. They are looking really, really good. I'm just waiting for the sauce to set. I'm expecting about half an hour or so. They're pretty much close to done, tenderness wise. My WSM tends to run a little hot, the 22-inch does. So I think that's why these are getting done earlier than I anticipated, but that's all right. We're gonna give it just a little more time in the smoker for that sauce to set, and then we should be done, ready to eat. So we just finished dinner. I didn't get any video of the finished product this time. We had family over, and so I just went ahead and pulled the ribs and fed everybody while they were here. The ribs came out really well, much better than the last batch. The last batch was way overdone. This was not the case this time. They came out nice and tender and just about what I expected them to be. It was a really good cook. I do think I'm gonna have to start using water in my 22.5-inch rubber Smoky Mountain. It seems to hover around 300 degrees when I use it, which is a little warm for me. I've been running with a dry foil pan because that's what I'm used to. But I think I'm going to have to go ahead and switch it up to using water in the pan, which is no big deal. But I've got 8 or 9 cooks in on it so far, and every cook has been up around 300 consistently. So I think next cook I'm going to start using water in the pan for that smoker. But overall, it was a good cook. I had a real good time with it.